Hey everyone, it's LS, and this is going to be a video that's going over the TAHM Kench mini rework that is coming out. For you guys that maybe have been watching me for a really long time, you know that at one point I played pretty much only TAHM Kench. I had probably well over 2,000 games on the champion a couple of years ago. It's all that I used to play, basically top, jungle, support, like whatever. And when I heard that he was getting reworked, I was pretty happy about it because Tom really got gutted. He used to have a lot of damage on his W. He used to just be able to do a lot more stuff with his passive. He used to just overall feel a lot more fluid, but then over time, Riot just kept hitting him over and over and over. So now we take a look. I am currently on the PBE while I'm making this video. This is the first React video of this kind where I'm actually just on PBE doing it rather than reacting in real time. Attack steal 14 bonus, so 2.5% of his max HP. Champions, they add a stack of acquired taste for 5 seconds up to 3 times. At 3 stacks, Tongue Lash and Devour can be empowered against that champion. Okay, so Tongue Lash is pretty much similar to how it used to be. On champion hit, heals Tom for 6% of his missing health and applies a stack of an acquired taste. Now, missing health always feels really bad. If you guys just get how that whole thing works, it's totally different from max health, because if you're missing 200 HP, you heal 12. Like, it's just so minor. It's super, super, super negligible, and until you start having really high HP values, stuff like this just generally doesn't feel that good. Now, it does go up to 10% missing health once you get it to rank 5. The cooldown is pretty low, and the mana cost scales down, so that's pretty nice. Abyssal Dive, so his new ability. Dive down and then reappear at target location, dealing 100 plus 100% AP ratio. Okay. Magic damage and knock up enemies in an area for 1 second. It's a 20-second cooldown going down to 16. Okay. Devoured ally units can be taken along for the ride, but they can always hop out early. Okay. Thick Skin, pretty similar to, I mean, it's the same old Thick Skin. I mean, he still has that. And now Devour. So this is his old W. Tahm Kench devours a champion for a few seconds. He can recast to spit them out. Enemy champions require 3 stacks of an acquired taste, are devoured up to 3 seconds, and take 100 plus 15% plus, and then there's an AP ratio of their max health damage magic. Tahm Kench is slowed by 40% and grounded during this effect. Ally champions are devoured for up to 3 seconds and are granted a shield blocking 300, 100% AP as well. So obviously, this is making items like Shirelia's somewhat interesting on him as a choice. I doubt anything like Moonstone Renewer or anything like that. I doubt that we're going to get AP variations of Tahm Kench or anything along those lines, because generally when you're building Tom as AP, you're losing. Okay, look. What does this look like? A rank game? No, I'm not AFK. Okay. So we'll just check how some stuff works. So we have the 3 stacks. We do that. Okay. Target gets stunned, right? So we'll level up to 6. Put points in everything. Do this. And now, okay. So you're able to do that. And then you're able to spit the target out. So, I mean, that is pretty nice. But, I mean, how practical is that it's going to come in handy in a traditional sense? And look at the cooldown on that. The damage that this ability is doing, I just don't think it's enough. I mean, it scales up to 400 plus 15% base, right? So, or 15% of their max HP. It just doesn't feel like it's actually doing a lot of damage when you consider that he doesn't have any pen. And I understand he's not supposed to have pen or anything, but still, it definitely feels very weird. Let me use the W. Let me see how slow the W is. That is extremely slow, but the knockup is really nice. So immediately off the top of my head, what I'm thinking is that, okay, his kit actually just looks like he's a jungler. He has a high cooldown on his R. His R makes diving potentially also really easy, especially given the shield. The ally can just retank aggro. The ally self-slow amount, okay. I mean, the ally self-slow amount is actually kind of interesting. It scales up to 16. But, like, if he's going to be a support, you're not getting access to these rank 3s in this ability, right? So you're mostly looking at the second column here, which I'm not a very big fan about. But let's take a look. So he goes in. I mean, that is pretty nice with Hail of Blades. You're basically going to be able to wake up into the ability to R, and then it fades off very slowly. So that's not bad. Q now does apply a stack again, so that's obviously a nice little thing over here. Let me see how, okay. And now I assume that you can also use this to dodge. So, I mean, on that front, I guess it's totally fine, but it does feel kind of weird. It does feel kind of weird. 1.5 seconds. Monaco. Yeah, he's looking like a top laner or a jungler, guys. I mean, that's really it. Now, I assume that he's also going to be able to run away with this, and also this gives him terrain scaling, which means that he can get around wards. And being able to get around wards, super big. If he has CDR or something, this is also really big. Now, on champions, let me see this. Oh, you can't devour. Oh, that's gonna hurt his clear a lot, actually. You can't devour a camp. So I wonder what that's gonna actually end up meaning now that you can't devour a camp. I mean, maybe it's not the end of the world, but definitely Hail of Blades or something, some variation of autoing, maybe Spellbook or something. He's really striking me as a jungler, predominantly just because of this W, the fact that he needs base levels, and when you need base levels, I mean, I think it's hard to justify being a support. So it feels like Riot have probably successfully shifted him out of being a support champion. I don't know if that was the intent. Okay, you can eat an ally, and then, okay, there's the shield. So the shield's very nice. Very nice, and we spit them out. Let me see if we still can choose the location that we spit them. It seems like we can. Can we spit them over a wall? No, we can't. Okay. Can you eat them over a wall? Yes, you can. You can't spit them over a wall, but you can eat them over a wall. Okay. Can you QR an ally? No. Okay. That would be really broken, I guess, if you could do that. Can you? No. All right. Well, the RW is also really insane for ganking. I'm not sure. I mean, the W, what's the range go up to? Okay, the range is not as big as I would hope, even at max rank. I mean, that is, don't get me wrong, that is really big, but when you're roaming with your mid laner, or something, I don't know how good this is going to be. Now, what I'm imagining is that if you play him in jungle, you're probably going to put 3 points Q, most likely, and then max W, because the range is going to be the most important thing. Alternatively, I mean, I guess the range doesn't actually go up by a lot. I mean, the cooldown does go up. Don't get me wrong on that. The range doesn't actually go up by a lot, which is kind of weird. Also, the slow on this is static. It doesn't increase. So all that you're really getting is a little bit more percent healing. On champion hit as well, it heals for the missing health. So it's not even like on a monster or something. I just feel like Riot's really whiffing on this TAHM KENCH rework. But, I mean, I'm excited to play him inside of the jungle when he does come out. I'll just go back to playing him. I always had a lot of fun with Tom. This R, though, it really does feel kind of bad. Now, when you think about items and what he can end up getting, also, apparently I heard that one of the things is that his Q scales with size. So let me run over here really quick, and let me get this. Okay. And, oh, I should get more legendaries. I'm going to just get lots of legendaries. It doesn't really matter. Oh. 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 Okay. Wait. No, it doesn't scale with size. Just the look of it does? No, not even the look of it. Am I blind? Yes, I am. It doesn't matter. Anyways, TLDR, I think that Tom is probably just going to end up being a jungler. I mean, maybe he'll be a top laner or something. He still does seem simple enough in that regard, but one of the worries that I do have for him is what is his sustain actually like with his Q? Now, in terms of dueling, Tom still probably is one of the better champions in the game when it comes to dueling, although the loss of Eat during a duel could probably be really problematic, because that was one of the things that would allow him to buy time, wait for his Q to come up. But his Q now healing him, maybe that counteracts everything, especially because the cooldown on it is going to be so low. So I think that's pretty much it, guys. That's all for my thoughts on TAHM Kench. I imagine he'll be a jungler or a top laner. I don't think that he'll be viable as a support, especially not with the way the abilities are right now. I'm also not convinced that the abilities base damages are actually high enough. This feels really low on Devour, but that's pretty much it. And then I do think that the gimmick of being able to hit an ally and then, or being able to do this, I mean, I think it's probably not very practical, but I don't know. I mean, we'll probably have highlights or something of that nature where people do this a lot, and I think that's fine. Also, I mean, let me actually see how slow I am if I have swiftness boots, because maybe this is just a lot better. So 1, 2, 3. I think he's kind of okay. I mean, you could probably, yeah, you could probably get something else as well to make yourself a little bit quicker. The fact that you can do this now, though, means that it's harder to flash away from you. Yeah, he's probably just going to be a jungler. He's probably just going to be a jungler, and I'm excited for that. Maybe I'm counting out AP variation builds, something with like Nashor's Tooth or whatever. Maybe there's a way to give him AP variation somehow, some way. I'm very doubtful of it, but maybe AP Bruiser is actually like a thing that you can end up doing. Although, again, yeah, I am doubtful. As I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know this was the first of its kind where I just actually went into PvE, looked at things, clicked around, and all that good jazz. And hopefully it wasn't too long or too hard to follow along. So, yeah, see you. Bye.